Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I am very pleased to have in studio, I've got Carl Moore here, who is from the Hopi and Chemehuevi tribe originally, and Elizabeth Schilling, Salt Lake native as well. Welcome both of you to the show. We're talking about the Standing Rock March, which you have been organizing, and I suppose right out of the gate we should talk about what Standing Rock is all about and the controversy therein. This pipeline has seen some press lately, but there are still some people who are not familiar with it. Okay, so there in North Dakota, South Dakota, there's a reservation that is called the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation, and specifically in North Dakota, there is a pipeline that Energy Transfer. I think the Energy Transfer Company is they're taking oil, fracked oil, from North Dakota down to Illinois, and there's a pipeline that is going to be running right a mile outside of the actual reservation, and that pipeline actually goes underneath the Missouri River, and so this is something that they have taken a stand against. Right. They're very concerned about the ramifications of this, with having oil so close to a major water source, for one thing, so close to the territorial lands as well. Yes. In fact, what were up until recently actually their territorial lands. That changed at some point not too far back as well. So they're very upset, and we've seen protests that have gotten kind of, to say the least, violent may not be the right term, but certainly dangerous. Dog bites from people from the side of the police force or the security force is actually what I should say. It's the company's security. Sure. It's a pretty nasty situation that's been there happening there, hasn't it? Yeah, it is, and like you said, this is something that we want to very much express, is that this isn't a protest. We want to call it protection. This is a protection act. We're trying to. Native Americans are at the forefront of this. We're trying to protect what is all of ours as human beings. I mean, this is something, we're trying to protect the environment. Also, as natives, they're trying to protect their land that is sacred land that they're actually digging up. As a Native American myself, I have a lot of respect for the fact that, you know, as you said it to me earlier, this is about us as brothers and sisters. This is about our planet, our Mother Earth, and that is, as you said, what we're trying to protect here. And certainly we've seen, unfortunately, a lot of missteps by companies that have damaged Mother Earth in this regard. It's inevitable. This is what happens with oil companies. I mean, we have oil spills all the time. Pipes break all the time. We had a pipe break in Yellowstone, on the Yellowstone River, just last year. And these are things in the Kalamazoo River. These are things that people aren't aware of because money kind of hides these things. And Red Butte Gardens just a year ago, the Red Butte Trail, all of that, all the way down to Liberty Park. We had a huge oil spill. It happened, and that was a small one, really. We say huge, but it was small. This pipeline is actually going to has the potential to put 570 barrels through it a day. 570,000 barrels of oil. A day. Wow. And at a regular pace, it's 470 barrels of oil. So, I mean, just think about that. Just think about something happening there. The ramifications of that are just, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. I don't care how much money we save or what we're trying to do, claim independence from other nations for getting oil. We shouldn't be dependent on oil anyways. And that has been the argument all along, is that we're trying to become independent of Arabic oil or other sources. And there's certainly the argument for use of all sources of energy. But this is where you and I definitely are on together. Looking to the natural choices, sun and wind, become a much better choice, especially when you risk this kind of possible contamination down the road. Because as you said, a leak, and then how long does it take to find it before it's already a problem when you're putting that much oil through? Yeah, and it's not worth it. You know, this is the direction that we should be going, is the clean, renewable energy. Like you said, the air and the sun. I mean, these are things that God just gave us. I mean, we're given these things, so. I feel you, dude. I feel the passion that you have for this, and that's what's really driven other people to get involved as well, which is why we bring Elizabeth into this conversation as well, because so many other people have felt compelled to stand up with the tribe as well. Tribes, yes. I should say.
I mean, I'm not Native American, and when I saw that this could impact 10 million lives, hundreds of tribes, the Sioux Nation, their drinking water, being able to grow food, the destruction of our land, I think, I thought, well, nobody's going to hear me. I'm just like one person, but I couldn't in good conscience not say something, do something. Yeah.
Right.
Indeed. So this brings us to the march this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys have arranged a march from the state capitol down to the library.
Mm-hmm.
That includes a rally at both points.
Correct.
Which is, I think, important because that's where a lot of information will be offered, so that people do understand exactly what is being suggested here or developed here, I suppose is the better word for that. Talk to me about what that event, what you expect that event to be like.
Well, the purpose is to stand in solidarity with the people in Standing Rock. So we really want to show our support for them. We want to show them that, hey, we support you. We're standing with you. Also, I want to stand in solidarity with us as a human family. I mean, this isn't just a Native issue, and Natives are going to be there, but there are going to be a lot of non-Natives. The last rally that was put on last Saturday, over half of the people in attendance were non-Natives, and that's what I want. I want that feel. I want people to realize that we're humans. You know, I'm not Lakota or Dakota. Right. I'm not Sioux. I'm Hopi and Chemehuevi. And I don't have a vested interest, a personal vested interest in this. I don't come from there. I've never been there.
Right.
I don't even know anybody from there, but what I do know that it's my moral responsibility as a human being to do something about that. And that's what Elizabeth is about. This is our moral responsibility, and I'm excited that this thing has just taken hold, you know, and it's done something. It's put some people over the edge where they're like, I'm going to do something about that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it takes something like this to put us over that. But we have to do something about this.
We often talk about standing up and doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. It's not as often that we actually go ahead and do it. And with the kind of passion that is behind this, that's what we're seeing, as you're saying.
Yeah.
The Ute, I know there's going to be people from the Ute tribe as well. I suppose we can expect some people from Arizona as well, from the tribes there.
Well, I'm sure people from every tribe are going to be represented. Yes.
Indeed. This is Saturday. When is it on Saturday?
Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. We will start at the state capitol. Again, we will do some things there. People who are non-natives, when they come there, I think that they're going to be very they're going to feel welcomed, and they're going to feel like they're a part of something. And then we're going to march down State Street. We're going to be led by our military people, our Native military people, behind our flags, behind our standards. And we'll end at the library, and we'll do some things there. We'll have some presentations, some round dances, and it'll be good. I mean, this is something that families can go to. This is something that people can be proud of.
Indeed.
You know, they're going to look back at if their children, they're going to say, you know what, my family actually cared about something, that they took me to this, and that I was exposed to this, because, you know, kids aren't exposed to things that are going on in the world all the time. They're not exposed to other cultures.
Right.
And we're trying to alleviate that, you know, and naivety and just our connection. That's what this is about. It's a connection that and we have a responsibility.
I should have mentioned when we opened, Carl Moore Jr., your dad, Carl Moore, very proud of what you've been doing over the years, standing up for your family, for your tribe, telling people about your culture. We talked about this bracelet you have in your arm.
Yeah, it's actually a bow guard.
Yeah, talk to me about that, because that's you received that from your family.
Yeah, so I do presentations where I try to alleviate or get rid of the stereotype, the typical Native drunken Indian, you know, no mean Native kind of feel, and so this is actually a Hopi bow guard. This is what Hopis wear. It's actually when you release a string. So this actually symbolizes things that are important to Hopis, and all of us as people actually should be aware that we have mountains, we have clouds, we have whirlwinds, we have in the turquoise in the center, and that turquoise is the sky. That's where the rain comes from. All of these things have something to do with rain. The wind, the clouds, those are all the rain. And that rain, I mean, that rain, that water is given to us again freely, but when it gets contaminated, you know, that's something that is hard to reverse.
Yeah.
That's something that we shouldn't have to reverse. And that's one of the calls is water is life. You know, water is one of those main elements that we've been given again by the Creator. We have water, we have the sun, you know, we have the earth. All of those things were given to us, and we have everything that we need. We were given it from the get-go, everything that we need to survive. We've just taken our priorities off of that, and we've done other things on the periphery, and we've lost focus of what is important.
Yeah.
Again, money is not important.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to get cheaper oil, or cheaper gas, which is not going to happen. They set the price anyways. You know, they set the price.
Right.
They can say whatever they want to. Anyways, sorry.
No, I appreciate your passion for this. This is what has involved so many others. And Elizabeth, talk about that for a moment, about how you feel and what you're, you know, kind of pass on to others why they should be involved in this.
Well, I think it's poetic that the Native Americans are drawing the line in the sand right now at this time in history, and I feel incredibly honored to be sitting here. I think it's everybody's responsibility to stand with this from their heart for our mother, for the Native Americans. I think it's poetic what's happening in history right now. If you can't go to the march, there's many different ways that we can make an impact.
Okay.
We cannot buy gas from the Sonico gas stations. The wallet is what talks in our society today.
Unfortunately, that's true. Yeah.
That's the one thing that they hear. So they might be able to bulldoze over the Native Americans like they're doing with dogs, pushing them back. You saw the photographs.
Yeah.
Okay. But the money talks. And if we are galvanized as human beings and we talk with our wallets, that's when they'll listen too.
I was touched also by what you're mentioning about the issue with the bulldozers and the security force that was there from that company. And if you are friends with Democracy Now!, who used the studio during Sundance, did an excellent piece on that. They were right there on the ground through all of this. So if you have an opportunity to check that out, I would suggest taking a look online at Democracy Now!'s piece on Standing Rock. And again, you have an opportunity to be part of this yourself, to bring your family, to be to stand with the tribes as well, with our7brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank you guys for coming and talking about this. It's an important topic. It's the Standing Rock March. It's this weekend on Saturday
tomorrow.
At 2 o'clock at the state capitol. That's where it starts. And thank you for your
thank you for your help and
being here on the show.
Thank you
Absolutely.
to Park City TV for allowing us to get the word out.
Not at all. I think the folks here in Park City have a very significant understanding of this. I think they're very big on conservation and giving, having open space and having, and not polluting our planet. I think that's an important consideration for so many people who live here in Park City and in Utah. So I know you're going to have a lot of people supporting you in this, and we wish you the very best as you continue forward.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Lots more happening here on the Mountain Morning Show after these messages.